Well, good afternoon and welcome to Sydney Parade. Pembroke fifths playing Sandyford thirds today. Well, so far during this over, you've missed the most exciting part. This game's starting early, so I'd be surprised if too many of you are there watching at the moment, but the team's decided to start early. James Cresswell was out first ball. He got quite a loopy ball outside off and managed to get an edge on it, and it flew away to first slip. As you can tell by looking at your screen, we have no live scoring, and we are very much at the vagaries of somebody operating the scoreboard. That apparently is the end of the first over. It's an all-action over. This is a T20, so it's meant to be all-action. And the score 11 for 1. James Cresswell out first ball, caught at first slip. Well, without live scoring, of course, I have absolutely no idea of who's in batting. No, they just didn't consider us at all. There was no consideration for the stream at all. It was just, no, we're going to play now.
Well, we didn't know.
And we told them.
That's a bigger problem.
And they didn't inform us that they were going to start early. They just sort of went out there, and I walked out and said, if you start early, the stream may not be up. So that's the story of the day so far. End of the first over, Pembroke 11 for 1. And rain starting to fall.
I think I'm losing the scoreboard camera already.
And well, it is raining, folks, so you'll have to excuse us for a moment.
Shockingly good, Harry. This might be a whole other problem. Ray?
Yeah.
Do you see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Is the umbrella in shot?
No. Oh, the umbrella is in shot there now. No, keep it dry. Well, still in the second over. The score is a little bit hidden by the necessary rain protector. It's like Heath Robinson over there. Another shot through the offside. There is a fielder on the boundary there. It really is a sort of light mist that's coming down now. Do you want one across the front?
Yeah, I don't care. That'll do for now. Flip that back for now, which gets it well in out. How's the rain going?
Just a little blustery cloud.
I think we're probably okay there.
Flash outside the off stump on this occasion. Two young lads batting for Pembroke today.
We've 8 minutes to go anyway.
What, before they start?
Yeah.
Great. We'll manage to get everything up in that time. Playing on through the drizzle at the moment. As I say, it's a very fine mist. It's one of those ones that will get you soaking. And that one's in the air. The fielder's underneath it, and he takes it cleanly. And that's the second Pembroke wicket to fall in the third over with the score on 21. He'd been looking good up until that stage. A few powerful shots. He went for it. He shrugged his shoulders to his teammates, suggesting that he went for it under instructions. So, 2 down. 1 off the first ball of the innings, and 1 in the third over. Well, it was a brief innings. Oh, another team with a huddle. Oh. Perhaps have they played Pembroke before? I feel that they may have done so. So, 2 down in the third over. The score is on 21, as you see from your somewhat lopsided screens. And another new batsman comes to the middle. Bowler number 1 appears to still be on. He'll be happy enough with his day. 2 wickets already. There may have been a few runs, but when you get home, nobody says to you, how many runs did you concede? They all want to know, how many wickets did you take? And 2 is the number at the moment. Oh, a few people making it outside the bar. I see. Took them round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. They're outside the pole and then come in underneath. But they turned up.
You can give them back to me anyway.
Okay.
You still up top with a bit of break. You can stop for the minute.
No, I turned them off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
There's no point.
Stop.
No, I wasn't going to have the Dougals on right behind me. Just in case.
Say that. I don't have to remind you when the day gets buried.
Yeah? Yeah.
Think about the days.
But I knew it wasn't going out. Anything you say may and can be used against you. There's that one go down the leg side. The umpire impassable. So 3 overs gone, 2 wickets down, 21 runs on the board.
And 5 minutes to start time.
And
what do I do with it?
so much time left over.
Yes, I'd love not to wobble pictures so much.
I don't think you've got much chance on that one, really. A little bit of seasickness for our viewer.
Oh yeah, you've no idea how many.
Oh, I've no idea. I could go online and find out. I haven't got my headphones on. You're going for a lap? Enjoy. Another grandmother in the club. Amanda Dunlop, Mother Kate. This one hoiked across into the leg side. Nobody's going to stop that. It crashes into the fence, square of the wicket. 4 runs. And the rain is starting yet again.
Yeah, I'm retreating.
And the Dougals?
Apologies, everyone. Leave them for a sec. They don't have to be annexated that quickly, but...
You can come in here if you want.
Oopsies. That's what I get for moving. Oh, it's absolutely hurling there.
So the phone's up now.
You can get the Dougals. I'd close that, yeah.
Surely,
I'd do it. I'm mostly just being entertained by how miserable that is on camera.
do you want the front
I
on
think
it?
it's miserable out there as well. Somebody's keys.
Mine.
Key?
Did you not bring your house keys?
Yes.
Where are the covers? Well, they should be wrapped. Huh? They should be wrapped. There's still a camera outside.
Can I bring the, do you want the scoreboard camera in? It's under the umbrella, just don't worry about it for the second, because it's the only thing anybody can see. And,
That one there.
now,
Louis. Welcome to cricket ground.
oh yeah.
What's going on?
This is outside broadcast.
We need to close the hutch. Hang on.
Oh, don't worry, no, leave it.
It's dripping
Don't
water onto
Okay.
Getting into it. Yeah,
Right,
okay.
let me go.
Yeah, Louis, what do you think of it so far?
Oh, you go.
Yeah, just it's dripping water down.
Oh, we can see. We can see rain.
The firsts are in Marion. What do you think? There's going to be much play down
Well,
there.
the first are off.
No, sorry, Marion firsts.
Oh, right.
If they're in Marion, they're playing Clontarf, and we need them not to play
Okay.
because we're not playing.
Well, the on-off story of this game continues. Every time we think it's stopped raining, it starts again. However, this time the mist is fine enough that both sides are willing to take to the field.
Cameraman's not willing to take to the field.
Well, that's another thing entirely. Once again, for those of you watching this game, we apologise we're unable to bring you the normal graphics and scoreboards and cards that we normally would. And also, due to the nature of the game, there's no straight camera today. The straight camera, which normally sits on the sight screen, takes about 10-15 minutes to set up. And today, that time ran out before play commenced.
And rain commenced.
Yes, and then rain.
You haven't given them doodles yet. So let's go for it.
Well, Pembroke batting first. I don't know who won the toss. Leg spinner on now. Ball played into the offside.
Are you getting wet?
No, that's from previously. That's my rain measurement is my glasses. And they still contain the rain from the last shower. Niall, have you any idea who the batsmen are? That one on the high, driven away on the offside, past the fielder in the ring. The boundary rider will have time to get round to it. He picks it up cleanly. It's just a single. 28 for 2 now in the fourth over. Pembroke going along at a good rate, but the loss of wickets will be just a little bit of a worry. Big appeal to the umpires. Turned down on this occasion. That's exactly what I'm going to do to that. This one wide outside the off stump, left alone by the batsman. Concludes the fourth over. Score 28 for 2. Pembroke fifths here in this, I think, Division 16 T20 with Sandyford thirds. Junior Cup, is it today?
Junior Cup.
Junior Cup. Oh my goodness. Junior Cup is a T20 Cup now. This is why I'm now in the commentary box. I've officially reached the stage of dinosaur. Well, we're on to the fifth over. Pembroke going along at 7 and over, which is a good rate. The problem for them today.
Sure, one of the problems.
Well, yeah, between the rain and everything else.
There's one of the problems. That's right.
Yeah, doesn't look great, does it? Looks like more rain on the way.
That might explain why the tall camera is not going up right now. Up in the rain.
Just the one camera show today. Change of bowling now at the nursery end. Off spinner comes on, wide first ball. I think the thing that sold that to the umpire was the cry of cooling from behind square.
2 cameras.
Oh yeah, two cameras. Not the usual 2 cameras. Tossed up. Played away on the offside, a little bit uppish, but get the single for it. Brings the left-hander on to strike.
There you go. If you're only going to have 2 cameras, which would you prefer? No scores. Or a straight shot.
Well, that is the question, really, isn't it? Tries to play it away. Seemed to be a woody sound in that for me. Black screen for a second there, Niall.
You know why? So press the button to change cameras.
And there isn't another camera. First game today. Men's thirds. Their game got called off because of the rain. Somebody, did I hear an appeal there?
Stifled.
I wouldn't even call it stifled. I heard the whole thing.
How's
Fifth over now. Pembroke have taken the score on to 30. Another wide down the leg side, despite the cry and applause for the bowling. I do apologise for not knowing anyone today. And that just goes to show you just how important live scoring is. I think it won't be long before it will get to the stage. And in fact, Cricket Leinster have put a big push on live scoring this year, offered each club a tablet with which to do it. But I can see a time when it gets to the stage whereby if somebody says, oh, I've no live scoring today, that game might not make the stream. Another one down the leg side, another wide. The wide's adding up now for Pembroke. Well, I suppose they're adding up really for Sandyford. Pembroke quite happy to accept the extra runs. I like this young lad. He's the patience to leave those ones alone and take the extra ball, the extra delivery, and the extra run. And then he gets one in his arc and he powers it away down towards, well, the windows of the pool table of the clubhouse. Lovely four struck down the ground. Four more onto the total. And some, well, looks like some very happy people on the sideline. Just played away on the offside. Fielder comes in, slips. It goes to ground, and that means that the single can be taken without care or concern. And just stroll down to the other end. That's the end of the over. 5 gone now. It's on both sides. Quarter of the way through this Pembroke innings. Didn't even consider bringing out the weights. Hi, Kev, how are things? Sorry, I meant to send that to you during the week. Completely slipped my mind. But the reminder was perfect. Another one on Monday might even be better.
Flying out to Cyprus on the Tuesday, so I might scan it, just attach it. I might just do a PDF of that. Sketch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that would be brilliant.
Send it out to the executive as a separate, because I've issued the minutes of the meeting. So I just send it out. This is a follow on from, this is what the main report will be, this is what you're referring to. And then everybody will accept that. It won't be this season, but we'll get started.
No, but without the first step.
Yeah, exactly. Out there.
Well, that was an unfortunate start. James' first ball. He'll be glad to hear it wasn't recorded.
Well, I won't comment for fear
Shot.
of that being recorded. It was a great shot. It was very unlucky, James. Don't laugh.
That's what I'm laughing about. If you're going to stand there and start talking, you're asking, especially when the ball's hit right behind your head.
Anyway, we'll continue in the hope that I might
I'm playing tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, well, at least it won't be weather like this.
Yeah, maybe have a better day.
Yep.
The commentator's curses just out in force again.
Over 6 begins. Score has moved on to 44, and that will help it along. See you later. I hear the approach of Dunlops. Can you see them? I can even hear the pushchair up. Well, that's just asking to be hit. And if anything, he tried to overhit it, and that allows the fielder to pick up the dribbling shot. 1 onto the total. He's batting well, though. Very good eye. I'm not even going to attempt the names. I think it's worse attempting and getting it wrong than not saying anything. Well, a third wicket falls. The spinner gets one turn into the young lad, and he could only deflect it onto the stumps, and a third wicket has fallen. Well, Kevin Ryan was saying he didn't feel he was going to get a bat. Well, with 3 wickets down in 6 overs, there's a good chance he will. Careful now. Now, finally, a batsman I recognise. That definitely looks like Andy Hill to me. I'm sure if my cameraman could zoom in, we can confirm that.
But he won't, and he can't anyway.
Andy Hill, who had the hipster beard before hipsters. You can come in here, Nicky, you know. No, here, that corner. Well, you'll do anything for your Saturday afternoon cricket. I'm here at the moment. The wind picking up, suggesting perhaps a little more moisture in the air. Hill gets onto the full toss, can only play it away on the offside. And it started raining again, and you'll have to excuse me. Well, talk about hopping through hoops. We're now in a totally enclosed gazebo with the rain coming down. The players are insisting on staying out there. The umpires are as well.
Umpires.
Umpires.
Say Dale probably jumping up and down watching this.
Yeah, since we've got a game tomorrow afternoon as well.
On the same pitch.
On the same pitch. That's okay. That's okay.
Match called off. That's all he was just hoping for.
3 down at the moment in the 8th over. And the score is obscured.
That's a whole other ball.
Oh, I'm not worried about it, Niall. Don't worry. This has got nothing to do with the score of the game.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, my goodness. Nearly took off the non-striker's head. Hitting it down the ground. Andy Hill having to take evasive action.
You're ferreting it, my day.
Good game to get out first ball, James.
Yeah.
Back to the safety of cover.
Didn't want it bad anyway.
Well, the rain is
It's normally the
once
flipping
again.
swinging Yorker, this one was the outswinging edge.
We were perfectly placed to watch it go into first slip's hands as well.
Good catch.
Ah,
Good ball, good catch. Well, he caught it.
yeah, he caught it, and it was first ball of the game. And
Yeah.
sometimes you expect to get away with those ones in Division 16. Wasn't the case today.
No,
Are they still out
I think,
there?
my career is coming to an abrupt end.
This is
Maybe we have an 8.
I might go with it.
I might put a skirt on and join the women's 3s. I think just shave a lot and get a wig.
You could turn out like that, it'd be fine. Yeah.
Well, some strange discussions going on in the comms box today.
Call me Loretta.
What are they doing out there? This is insanity.
Absolutely madness.
Big appeal turned down by the umpire. I know not why. And to be honest with you,
Excessive appealing, isn't it? Sorry?
Still,
Oh, no. It's all right now. It's a bit like Caddyshack. You know, the heavy stuff's not going to come down for a while now.
it means yes, it is still raining.
Well, it's only a little bit.
bothering the boys.
A lot lighter than it was a few minutes ago. Anyway, I'll leave you with it.
Leg spinner continues. Andy Hill with a big swing of the bat, not making contact.
Cam corner might be closed, Vicky.
Such a happy little soul.
Corner might be down.
Hello.
Oh, you cutie.
Well, the game continues in front of us. And the next generation behind me. Andy Hill, shot on the offside. He judges that there's a run there, so they take one. Eight overs gone now. Pembroke have scored some runs and lost 3 wickets. Andy Hill is on 1. His partner is on 10. And Pembroke still have the left-hand, right-hand combination in the middle. This is a Junior Cup game being played for between these teams in Division 16. The games so far this season between the Fifths and Sandyford have been tight. Weren't they?
No, that's not what I'm laughing at.
All right.
The all around.
The Australian goes for a quick run, gets home safely, runs his bat in like he was coached.
They're around the leg. Hang on, let me lift the leg.
No, don't worry.
Let me lift the leg.
Don't drop it.
Huh?
Dougal's heading back outside again.
Do you want them out? Really, we have to make a break. Make a run first.
Do you see?
We're gonna go on up.
Do you want car keys to get home?
See you guys. No, we walk it up.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I'll probably do that down there.
Nikki, you wouldn't just push the camera handle that way. The wall came in and pushed it.
Yeah.
There, perfect. Oh, even more perfect. There we go. That was easy. Look at you, qualified cameraman.
See what I was doing here?
Now I'm making sure he's covered up the wickets as well. Reverse! Doesn't come off. Wide signalled. Andy Hill with all the tricks of the trade today. The magnificent Brendan Ferris, who thought he might make it down today. I'm sure he's tuned in on YouTube anyway, if he hasn't made it down. Hill taking one down the leg side. Umpire deciding it wasn't a wide. Not that wide. 55 for 3 in the 8th over. Pembroke going along and quite a good lick. They will want to start pushing on later on. Andy Hill plays this one away down towards third. He thinks there's a second there. Must have played it into a gap. And he gets back quite safely for the second. Camera has moved again.
On my way in to figure out what to do with that now. Maybe. That's as good as they're getting for schoolwork, I don't care.
That's brilliant for a score when there's no live scoring. Hill onto the full toss very quickly. Plays it out. And right in the corner of the screen. It went that away. Oh, well, very Hollywoodish-esque. End of the over. That's 8 gone now. Score, well, it seems to have moved on to 57. And now, in fact, it's moved on 61 for 3 in 7 overs. Well, reduced as we are to 1 camera today. By time, circumstance, weather. As I said, 2 cameras, 2 cameras. 1 camera on the action. 1 static camera.
Isn't action.
Well, it is today. 62 off 9 now.
Right, the wind might not catch a hit there now.
I put the chair so that because
Well,
what's happening
it's
was
still
that
not, no, but I've moved it
the
in a while
wall
now.
the wall was
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in and
Of
just
course, it's all
moving
the
the
walls,
handle.
so the-
Yep.
The scoreboard cam is now a bit floating in midair, so good gust and it's going down again.
And left arm over to the left-hander. Another spinner.
But at least it might have stopped raining.
Oh, he's dropped that one in short. It gets pumped. Well, the man who hit it, he's convinced it was going for 4. Andy Hill wasn't quite as convinced, scuttling down to the other end. 4 off the first ball. Pembroke looking like they're in quite a strong position here. Second ball of the 10th over. Bowled from the St John's end. This one a little wide. The umpire concurs. Chair about to fall over, was it?
The chair was completely blown in, yeah.
Trying to steer that one into the keeper's gloves.
You managed to get in far enough to get to that. There isn't much in the way of... No, that's not going to do anything.
No, but if you lean it against it.
It might...
Wasn't me.
Possibly.
Officer. 68 for 3. Andy Hill back on strike. Andy Hill, a Victorian,
Yeah, there it goes again.
tries to sweep this one across. It runs away fine, and nobody's going to fetch that before it hits the rope, are they? They are, because it stops before the rope. But they seem to get through for 2 byes.
Close. It's not really what I'm looking for. I guess.
Umpire offering a cloth. Player has one. Short ball that Andy Hill decides on this occasion just to keep down. Almost punched it down with his gloves. Well, it's been a fun Saturday. Cancellation of the first game today ensured a couple of hours in Dundrum Shopping Centre. Lovely breakfast this morning. And Hill went for the big shot and played all over the top of that one, and it went on to crash into middle and off. It removed both bails, there's certainly no doubt. And it was length that did Hill on that occasion. He decided it was there to be driven and just picked the wrong length. He departs, 4 wickets down with 70 on the board. And that's 10 wickets done. Halfway mark then. Honours even, I'd say. I'd say the players who are happiest at the moment are the ones who are safely in the clubhouse. Dry, warm. Here we go, another huddle. Dinosaur Craig disapproves. Umpire going over to have a word with them. Can we speed things up, please? Don't see why. End of the over then. 10 gone, 70 on the board, but 4 wickets down. Another appeal turned down.
How are you moving again, camera?
Big shot out on the offside. There should be a man there or thereabouts, and there isn't. They jog through for a single. Well, nowhere near where he wanted to hit it, and nowhere the power he wanted to hit it with. And it just went up in the air on the offside for him. And no fielder in the vicinity, so he picks up a single. Score moves on to 71. Mid-on being sent back to the fence, you see. He just crept into the ring. Not much in the difference. This time just played back down the pitch to the bowler. Terry the turn. Or is he a goal? Nobody's answered that question for me yet. Nobody's likely to, I suppose. Not too many ornithologists here. The overs haven't been reduced in this game. And this is a T20. Well, I have to disagree with the captain of the fifths. He says he loves the huddle. I quite firmly not a fan. Huddle, yes. American style basketball, hands in and cheering. Not so much. Nice shot down the ground. There might be a fielder down in that vicinity. Goes for it.
Still trying to put all the way in here.
Bit of a breeze.
The wind's coming. Or the rain's coming.
Bit of a breeze coming through the gazebo, the commentary gazebo. And we'd love to have something a bit warmer and a bit more permanent. And that's a discussion for another day. End of the over, 11 gone now, 4 wickets down, and some runs on the board. More than 70. Great to see so many of you have tuned in for this Junior Cup game between Sandyford's thirds and Pembroke's fifths. Much changed fifth side today. Captain not playing. I think he's away for the weekend, although he appears to be watching online. So one wonders how much attention he's giving to his family right now during family time. Oh, look, if the breeze just went a bit more, we could find out how many runs Pembroke had scored. Not to be at the moment.
Oh, it's covered again.
Prashant there. Letting the world know that he's just taking a break. It's not easy being captain of this lot, I can tell you. Many competing players on the fifths with the entry and withdrawal of a seventh team. Junior Cup, perhaps a chance to take a break, perhaps to see how things go. Try out a few new faces. Get ready for the second half of the league campaign. Short, played away on the offside. They run through for a single. Just as Terry the Turn returns, and they're going to take the overthrow, and that's quite clever, quite sensible, alert. And once again, the gazebo starting to take off. Well, score just slightly off screen now. Niall? Okay. Camera in danger of heading off towards the pitch. Oh, another one that's a little short, pulled into the leg side this time. They'll go through for another single. Take the score on 78. Brendan, I'd love to be able to tell you how many Andy made. I can't. I don't have live scoring. And I can't remember. No doubt he'll let you know himself if it was a big score. Or the rest of the team will let you know if it wasn't. Down on one knee, trying to drive that one away. Wasn't there to be driven. But I'll tell you one thing, Brendan. You did the right thing in not coming down. You can see in the background the clouds not looking great. We've already had bouts of rain a couple of times. This time pulled away on the leg side, and that's a nice shot. That's gone to the boundary. That's 4 more runs for Pembroke. That'll take the score into the 80s. Not easy batting out there today, but especially not easy bowling. I'm sure that ball is picking up a lot of moisture. And that's another over. Has slipped by.
At this point, I just feel if I move anything, I'm tempting fate, and it's going to start chucking down again.
Oh, Prasanth there. For somebody who's taking a break, he's scoring the game as well at home. He knows that Andy made 16.
See, if he told us he was doing that, he could have live scored.
Could have live scored from home.
We might have put it on in time for that.
Lots of waving. Suggests this is a change of bowling. Gazebo is still flapping in the wind. No ball free hit comes to the cry from the nets. How often we hear that these days. Waited nicely on that, but he's only put it up in the air. The fielder's underneath it. The catch is taken. Pembroke's number 4 departs for 20. I have to say, it's not great weather. This is a 20-over game. This is the 13th over. Prasanth says, I took a break from playing, not from watching. Quite sensible, too. Could have come down here and sat with me. You could have watched from here. I'm sure your views on this game would have been enlightening and educational and interesting. Tempered by the fact, of course, that you are their captain and you might want them to play again later in the season. 82 for 5 now. 12 overs gone, 8 to go. Pembroke looking to push on from here. And another batsman I recognise from years and years. Mr. Sean Smith has entered the fray. Ex-president of Pembroke. Did the job, I think, around 2010 or so. Be 14, 15 years. Perhaps a little less. But does a huge amount within the club. And also an exceptionally talented writer. Plays one away on the offside, but only to the man in the ring. It's one of the more memorable games that we stream now. Oh, this one's in the air. Fielder underneath it, and it just gets over his head. As you can see from his colleagues, all their hands to their heads. He so nearly got there. It was just millimetres from his grasp. But he's off. Come around this way. Come in under that corner there, Prasanth.
No. Finish your gig, I'll have a smoke.
Well, you can smoke where you're gigging here.
How did the youth do?
Oh, they did well.
Okay, good.
Did well. James was out first ball.
Shit.
But because they started early, we don't have it on tape.
Okay, that's good.
And because they don't have live scoring, we have no idea who is who.
No. That's okay.
And then when you sit down, let me know, and you'll be live. That one well wide. Umpire agrees with me. Another one onto the total. That will take it on to 84 for 5.
That's a good score. 7 runs and over.
Yes, Sean has now reached that stage whereby he's now known as Noah's dad,
Yeah.
as opposed to Noah being known as Sean's son. Takes the single round the corner. Possible overthrows, keeping the wicketkeeper busy. None taken on this occasion.
Did Andy just play reverse sweep? The Bhushan effect.
Well, it was there to be hit. He went for it. He didn't make any contact on this occasion. Oh. But yes, be warned. You need to find somebody who's willing to live score for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this could be the last fifth game on the stream.
Sorry.
It's useless without. I don't know who the players are.
Yeah.
I've recognised 3 players so far. James, who's lasted 1 ball. Andy, who got 16, and now Sean.
Yeah.
Other than that, I haven't known who's batting, who's left-handed, who's right-handed.
Probably I'll be there tomorrow.
Bowlers' names.
I'll be there tomorrow, so.
It has made it nigh on impossible to commentate on this game. Smith just playing that one away on the offside. He knows there's no rush at this stage. The assault will come later, and he'd like to be a part of that.
Shot.
Well, that one goes away. Run rate seems to have slowed a bit for Pembroke now.
Good day to take a break. Get to see good new people. Like this year's biggest challenge has been to infuse youth. Welcome in life.
Tight down front.
No coke.
Don't worry about it, because it's making no difference to us. We're
Yeah.
Well, you might see things that aren't in there. Oh, did you ever put the big on?
Oh, yeah. I better listen to see how loud they are now.
Yeah.
As you can see, we went with a shoestring today. As Niall said, if he'd known there was no live scoring before he left the home, he'd be safely tucked up in his lounge now, watching some rubbish on television. That's why we appreciate the 26 of you connected at the moment. There you go, you're getting our selection questions even on air.
Who's kidding?
You see this, that one there. Okay. Followed by then that one there. Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah. I'm not 6 foot tall, but yeah, decent. Look, if I was 6 feet tall, I'll be a fast bowler. Or I'll be 5 feet 8 inches and be Bill Bailey. So.
Bill Whaley and Malcolm Marshall, the 2 bowlers, 5'8". Sean Smith's facing now. Left arm. It's on the full. It's missed. It's got to be a no ball. It is going to be signalled as such.
It's not been signalled no as of now.
No, they'll wait until the ball is back and dead. But you see the
yes.
umpire. There is the signal of no ball.
No free hits at this stage.
Not at this level.
Yeah.
Too many games are self-umpired. It's not fair if half the teams who are getting umpires.
Or the games like Lucan where they're plumb in front of the wicket and...
Well,
No comments on the Lucan game though.
have you reported it to anyone?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, keep quiet. Let the process work itself out. Another full one. Smith plays this one down the ground, but there is a fielder at
There's-
short
yeah.
mid-off.
That's the captain, Aditya, Sandyford's captain.
And he does the fielding. That ends the 14th over. 6 overs to go now in this Pembroke innings. And it's often the time where players look at the scoreboard and decide with 36 balls remaining, let's see how we get on. 36 balls here, 36 runs would take them up to 127, which wouldn't be a bad score. It's not an IPL score, but not a bad score.
It gives them something to defend on. I mean, we always believe that 7 runs and over is something what the fifths look at when they are chasing T20s or playing T20s. The game on Monday, we won the toss and decided to bowl first, and we got the opposition all out at 132. So I think 7 runs and over is ideal. It's not IPL where you need 200 runs in 20 overs. That's not cricket, that's baseball.
Agree with you there. Well pitched up delivery on this occasion. There's a yes, no, there's a sorry, there's a okay, and everyone returns to their own ends of the wicket.
I think one thing which the fifths have to improve massively, which we've been trying to work, is the running between the wickets. We've had the second most runouts amongst all teams. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fours have got more runouts than us, but that's not a benchmark as well.
Well, it's certainly one of the things people need to look at. I did a training course for the women a few years ago. Some of them still retain a few of those lessons.
Much needed boundary for Pembroke, and it's Paranjay who's
First one in a while.
Former opening batsman Paranjay.
No, because I don't hear the difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's my headphones are up too high or that's too low. Yeah.
Just try it.
Who's scoring the game there?
I think you'll find it's a selection of the players.
I'll do it for them, or else James will be in a mess.
Alright?
Yep. So Prasanth heading off to go and do some scoring. Jack of all trades today. Non-playing captain, commentator, scorer. Well, into the 15th over now. Terry the turn returns. I wonder if he knows how much danger he's in. As the ball's played down to his area, Smith with a good quick call. Make sure that he gets there safely. Nicely run. We talk about running. Sean is certainly somebody who knows how to run. Well, Smith plays one out square on the offside, picks up the single. No, nobody else. No other chat. All right. It's 27 at the moment. 27 of you out there tuned in. I want to say good afternoon and thank you for joining us. We already know a few of you out there as one is cracked beautifully on the offside into the fence. 4 more runs onto the total. That brings up the 100 for Pembroke and brings a round of applause. Well, Prasanth, he's slowly making his way up towards the scorers. He's watching the game more than anything else at the moment. Perhaps having a chat. Or perhaps doing his best to distract and pull out of position the player. 101 for 5 in the 15th over. Pembroke really looking to push on now. And that's a beautiful, deft touch. Haven't used that phrase for a couple of days. It will be successful in reaching the rope. The fielder unable to slide and prevent it going for 4. Very hard when you're chasing exactly behind the ball to catch it up. And he failed on this occasion. And 4 more runs, and that's a good over for Pembroke. 105 off 15. 7 and over. Michael Clark would be proud of me.
That was
High on the agenda.
well, seriously considered when I walked inside. Forgotten now what I thought I had to try and look at.
Well, keeper takes off the helmet. Bowler trying to make sure his fielder's on the boundary in the right place. 4 inside the ring, 5 outside. Just played into the gap on the offside. The fielders in the ring are right on the edge of the ring, and the same fielder again. Not wearing spikes, just wearing flat-soled plimsolls. And he slides and lands on his posterior. Plenty of chat. Certainly a willingness amongst the two teams and the umpires to get this game played today.
In the rain.
An appeal from mid-off. I think, in fact, more than an appeal, it was just a well bowled, sir. Big swing of the bat on this occasion, not making contact, goes through to the keeper, but the intent is there now. Last 5 overs. And then just tapped out on the offside. Third man, who is sat back on the ring, can't do anything to prevent the single. And that'll bring Sean Smith back on strike. Six o'clock is upon us.
So they should be finished.
Or a couple of people thought that was a chance, but it wasn't. It got through between the two fielders and runs away for another boundary. And Pembroke need that, and that's a nice shot from Smith. He moves on to 9 now. The score will move on to 1-1-1, and we can all stand on one leg, close one eye, and hold one hand in the air going la 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 la. Hi, Herbie.
Craig, how you doing?
Grand thanks.
Feeling I hear rain again.
No, not.
It's guaranteed if I moved anything.
No, I don't think it is at the moment. Can't hear anything on the gazebo roof, which is usually a good sign. Another bowler on now for the 17th over. Another single taken.
Oh yeah.
This one up in the air, the fielder slips. He can't make it. His teammate can only fetch it. 4 more onto the total, despite the calls of catch it. That'll take the score on to 117. And Pembroke are starting to press the accelerator now. Well, it's not the brightest evening ever, is it? Hiya, Jake. Jake Bell. As James Cresswell will say, star of the future. That's up in the air on the offside. There is a fielder out there. It gets past him and it runs away. Doesn't quite make the boundary. Oh, it's Keystone Cops at the moment. It really is not a day for wearing flat-soled runners and playing a game of cricket. Torval and Dean concerned that would be. Niall's got his hand outside the gazebo, attempting to see if there's any rain. Not Another shot, this time down the ground. 3 fielders in the vicinity. The first one actually gets it. They'll only get a single. 120 on the board now. So they know that Sandyford are going to have to chase more than a runner ball. Psychologically, such a good. End of another over, the 17th. 3 to go in this Pembroke innings in the Junior Cup being played at Sydney Parade today between Pembroke 5ths and Sandyford 3rds.
We might as well say welcome back, so they were gone for all of that.
122 for 5. We had a slight technical difficulty there, and that has now been solved. And thank you for sticking with us. The wind still quite blustery here today. That turn certainly is not, or goal, as I say, nobody can tell me what it is yet. Nobody sent me a link to his Wikipedia page. He's certainly not camera shy, that's for sure. Heidi, hi. How are you? You've been clocked off, yeah? That must be the hardest work you've ever done in your life. That makes sense, doesn't it? This one outside the off stump, too far outside the off stump. Another run. So what are you doing for the rest of the afternoon now? Go and see what the brother's up to. Ah, of course. Goes without saying. Another one outside off. Another one called a wide. Another one onto the total. This total is slowly climbing to what? 16 gone. This is the 17th. Yeah, it's a slow pace, considering they started 20 minutes early.
They should have been finished at 6 when they started 20 minutes early.
Another one wide. Another one signalled wide. The score moves from 1-2-3 to 1-2-4. These two putting together quite a stand for Pembroke now, just at the vital time as well. Going around the wicket. And this one pulled into the leg side. It will just be a single. They will just jog it through. The fielder, though, slips and misses it. They decide to take his arm on. And they can. And there's even another one there if they wanted it. But they decide against it, having overrun on the second. And everyone helping for Pembroke at the moment to set a total. It might not be an imposing one, but I think it's going to turn out to be quite a good one. This one goes down the leg side, close enough to the batsman, not to be signalled a wide.
See you guys later on.
Talk to you later. The blackout was down to a technical difficulty. It's not the easiest of conditions today for broadcasting. There's one hit down the ground. Mid-on, misfields it. There'll be a second. And again, another run given away by the footwear.
Yeah, it was something I forgot to check in the 20 minutes
That we had.
that we
Didn't
had.
have.
Yeah. And because we don't have the straight camera button, even if I'd run to press emergency buttons to flick to the other one, we'd still have had a black screen because we don't have the other camera.
No
sitting
other
there.
camera sitting up there.
Oh.
Better length. Try to play it away to third. Samani fan club is out there today. Slower ball, picked on, it's in the air, two fielders converging, one has called it, and he takes an absolutely fabulous catch with just his left hand. I thought he'd misjudged it completely, stuck out his left hand and took the most amazing catch. Well, he turned what was quite a routine catch into quite a spectacular one. Went round the corner. And they'll be delighted for that. Even pointing out the camera where to celebrate too. Well, he'll be looking at that one later on, may I say, and be the first, well, in fact, probably be the 11th to say many congratulations, fine catch, and here we go with the huddle again. Well, the partnership is broken. They've taken it up to 128. Unfortunately, we can't show you the card or the bowling figures, or my favourite, the worm. New batsman at the crease. Goes down the leg side. Umpire lets him away with it. It's a dot ball. It's the end of the over. 18 gone. 2 to go. I'm thinking of going to get my coat out of the car in 2 overs' time.
Are you a bit chilly?
Yeah, I am.
Not really that cold, but
Clipped away down to third. They'll take another single. Eleven balls remaining in this first innings. This somewhat chilly, blustery, wet, damp first innings of this Junior Cup game. And he's taken a wicket. He got one to come back in at the batsman. He played the defensive shot down the wrong line. Wasn't to be. Crashed into his stumps. And that's the sixth wicket down with the score on 129. New batsman comes to the crease wearing his thigh pads on the outside. Definitely got chilly here now. Sandyford won't be too upset. They haven't let Pembroke get away. They've been taking wickets consistently. Tis madness, I told you, madness.
I should have stuck with plan A and just ignored you when I got here. Just switch things off from in there with the one camera over there.
Well, you saw how I didn't even take the gazebo out before you arrived.
Yeah, you started rearranging desks or
Yeah.
benches.
Yeah, but we've got it down to one bench now.
Not really. It's the other one's inside. Closing the hatch meant I wasn't even trying to play a replay.
This one goes through to the keeper across the outside edge of the vat.
I'll have a few replays ready to go at the end of the innings.
This one in his arc, pulled out to the leg side. They'll certainly take one, and just take one. That brings up 130. And the overthrow will bring up 131. The throw on this occasion being too accurate, hitting the stumps, deflecting away from where the backing up fielders expected the ball to go. It's quite funny because we feel these gusts of wind and then the flag's quite still and then the flag picks up while we're sitting here going, I wonder, there it is now. So not the best of weather for cricket today. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Tomorrow sees 2 games. 2 T20s again.
Last over.
Well, nicely. Not out.
It only took them an hour and 35 to get to the start of the last over. It's all the lost balls.
I don't know why it has been so. I mean, it's cold.
Because there's no penalty.
It's cold. That's
You should do it at an hour and 20, but there's no penalty.
no. Because too many games at this level are self-umpires. Nicely taken off the edge of the bat, runs down to third. The fielder down there doesn't pick it up cleanly, but stops it. And he stops any thought of a second run. 133 on the board. Sean Smith now. Oh, that's always clever. The fielder who has the cloth calls for the ball and then misses it.
He knows there's only one camera and I'm not going to try and follow stuff like that going on.
No, not at all. Today is package A.
Package Z.
Big swing outside off. Goes through to the keeper. I think there are 3 balls remaining. Now Pembroke would love to get up to the 140 mark. Just again, just to see that run rate required. This one on the full, played round the corner. There is a fielder there. Flat shoot again. Now from the start of losing a wicket with the very first ball as James Cresswell edged the first delivery to first slip. Big swing at that one, just goes through to the keeper, desperately trying to overhit it. And now what I think will be the last ball of the first innings of this T20 Junior Cup game between Pembroke Fifths and Sandyford Thirds. This one now hit down to mid-on. They'll take the single. They'll think of a second. Batsman will slide over, fall on his posterior, on his front. And that will be the end of the innings, with Pembroke having reached 136. And Sandyford Thirds will require 137 in their 20 overs, which will start probably 10 minutes ago.
Okay, you ready?
Well, the players are retaking the field. It appears from the scoreboard that 136 will be required, but we'll see what that changes to once they set it up. Well, what do you think out there? Do you think Sandyford are going to chase down this 136 required? They'll need it at just under 7 and over.
Do you think we'll last more than 10 minutes without a...
Good combination.
Yeah. How long until the rain comes back?
Well, when it does, we're well set up for it now. I'm sitting here wrapped up in my big, heavy rugby-watching coat. Sort of coat that Scott of the Antarctica could have done with, I suspect. Batsmen are heading out to the middle. One has a red hat and one doesn't. So that's how we'll differentiate them. The man with the pads on for Pembroke, on the other hand, Kevin M. Ryan. Well, those of you who have tuned in this afternoon, thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. It almost makes it worthwhile being this cold and this wet and this damp today. Spent my morning in the delights of commercialisation, retail outlets. Now, if somebody out there wants to give me the information of who it is bowling or batting, they're more than welcome to on the live chat. But at the moment it's non-red hat facing. Well, that one's fired well down the leg side. It boots Kevin Ryan, unsurprisingly, despite the dive, and he won't thank the bowler for that one. 5 wides to start, and that is not the start you want when you're only defending 136. This innings getting underway at 26 minutes to 7. Irish summertime. Irish summertime indeed. It's to the hour of the clock rather than the weather, I suspect. Played away on the offside, it beats the fielders, and that will just be a fetch it from the boundary. Four runs. So in effect, 9 coming off the first delivery. Dabba-dabba-doo. Sandyford off to a flyer of a start. This one, much better delivery, outside off. Batsman playing it with a straight bat. It went past the edge and straight through to Kevin Ryan. Yes, white chocolate. The chocolate with no chocolate in it. It's all chocolate fat. No wonder the Milky Bar kid had to be replaced every year or so. Drop a piece into your coffee. Another blow in the air, straight down the ground. It'll be another 4. And this over going very well for Sandyford at the start. And this batsman definitely looking to play down the ground. He hasn't even let his mate have a look in yet. This one played away on the leg side. There is a fielder down there. Let's see if we can't pick up some names through the use of the Doubles. Oh, I can definitely hear James Cresswell now. The dulcet tones of my fellow commentator, James Cresswell. We heard Peranjay on mic earlier on. He ran away quite quickly, didn't he? Hard to be captain and commentator, I suppose. He's gone. Oh, his partner's gone big this time. These two are not hanging around for Sandyford. Oh, that's the end of the first over, and it went for quite a few. It will be over soon now. That's, I think, the best thing we can say about it. Oh, this July, we just stop. Where is our summer? Rusty Europe, burning under the sun, and here we are. I mean, one thing is, we're going to suddenly become a desirable tourist destination on the basis of our weather and our water. I see the project to bring Dublin's drinking water from the Shannon is going ahead. James Cresswell now to open the bowling from the nursery end. And he tosses that one up and he gets hit out, and Andy Hill doing some fine fielding at mid-wicket. Covered some ground, threw himself down. And Michael Clark, as always, full of enthusiasm. Cresswell not afraid to toss it up there, make the batsman, give the batsman the opportunity to get himself out. There it is again, this one, cut away, Michael Clark, clean bit of fielding. Oh, pardon me. And Michael Clark, of course, who recently was, I suppose we call the term, elected for the Blackrock Borough of Dunleary Rathdown County Council. Big swing outside, off at that one, without success. This one, on the other hand, beats the fielder in the ring and will run away to the fence, and it's another boundary. It was in the air a long time, and Cresswell will feel that, oh, on another day it would have been caught. Wasn't to be on this occasion. 4 runs to Sandyford, and no wicket for Pembroke. Well, breeze picking up again. It's not been the most lovely day for cricket. Not here anyway.
Slight understatement.
Well, every day's a good day for cricket, really. Andy Hill with the one-handed pickup, all prepared for the underarm throw.
That's the one advantage of them playing in the rain.
Be over
It
quicker.
didn't take them even longer.
Oh, Cresswell, if anything, getting a little too much bounce on that occasion. Yes, step over it this time. Well, 23 without loss after 2 overs. 5 extras, of course, from 5 wides from the first ball of the innings. And since then, the batsmen, well, they've both looked for the boundaries. Michael Clark just readjusting himself on the ring, walking in with the bowler. That's a much better delivery. First over, quite an expensive one. James Cresswell doing his best to drag things back. Just 4 coming from his over, and that was nearly a catch too. So Pembroke won't feel they're out of this, even though Sandyford at the moment scoring at over 10 and over. Well, another big hit out of the reach of the fielder. Another one that's going to come down towards Cow Corner. It is picked up. And the young lad does very well. Fine bit of fielding, backed up by counsellor Michael Clark. I do believe Michael Clark's middle name begins with C. I think his initials are MCC. Dug out on the offside. Fielder gets it in quickly. Mr. Ryan whips off a bail. Nice work all round there. Big swing from the batsman, not with the same effect as he had earlier on. This time just squeezes out to square leg. Another single taken. This one in the air on the offside. Jack O'Riordan looking after the boundary on the railway side and doing a very good job of it too. Saves 3 runs. There's an edge there, and he's gone. The red helmeted batsman heads for the sidelines. And will that put some sort of break on the Sandyford innings, do you think? Or will their number 3 come in, continue in the same vein? Ranjay, 2 overs now, but at least he's picked up that wicket courtesy of Kevin Ryan behind the sticks. Kevin Ryan, who has hundreds of catches for Pembroke at this stage of his career.
Ready?
Ready for what? Ah, there it is. The Silver Fox behind the sticks. Takes another victim. Cut away on the offside, single called for. Single there to be taken, and so they take it. Kevin Ryan has taken his third catch of the season.
Stupid question. The ones today? Never played?
Never played. Stifled appeal from bowler. Extended appeal from wicketkeeper. And neither moved the umpire. Yeah, you see, it's Moorish, isn't it?
It's also out here.
Yeah, nothing else is. Like any good politician, Michael Clark just making sure where the microphones are, where the camera is, and whether we're getting his best side. Take the single. Good fielding by Andy Hill. You can tell that man's a coach. Technique absolutely spot on. Technique like that, good technique, will help you out of all sorts of difficulties that maybe the passing of the years have brought on. Another one played out to the outside. Another one, good throw, not quite taken cleanly. Batsman was home anyway. I just getting a feeling of nothing serious, but maybe rain in the air, which is where it normally is until it hits the ground. Good full length ball, dot ball on this occasion. Rate has slowed a bit now, still 102, 103 required, and 15 and a bit overs to go. Over a runner ball, despite the headlong rush that Sandyford seemed in from the start. Nicely played down to third between two fielders. Definitely moisture in the air again. See how long the umpires keep them out there this time. I wonder if there's DL in this competition.
No.
I only asked because it's a cup game.
Group.
Oh, it's cup groups, isn't it? It's not knockout anymore. Dinosaur Craig strikes again. Used to be if you lost your first cup game, that was it. But if you won...
Now they're T20s, not 60s.
1, 2, 3... If you won 4 games, you made the final. Moisture in the air. Yep. Here we go again. Let's hope it stays up there. This one played away on the leg side. The skipper, stand-in skipper James Cresswell picks it up, does the fielding. It's the end of the over. 5 gone now. 35 on the board, which is 7 and over. So they are there or thereabouts. But it also leaves them needing just about 7 and over. northerly breeze coming in now.
Rain coming in now.
I think the rain is on its way again. I'm getting little speckles on my glasses. Oh my word, James, you'll lose an ankle doing that. Wouldn't recommend that. 4 runs anyway, but oh, I just got shivers down my back with the feeling of if that had cracked into the ankle bone, how much pain there would have been.
What I'm doing.
Oh,
Show people how beautiful the sky is out there at the moment.
that is actually painting a better picture than the actual picture in front of me. James tosses one up through to Kevin. Batsman not really using his feet, wasn't sure, just was spurring at the ball. Not quite at that level yet. Hit in the air, back towards bowler, and the batsman at the non-striker's end could have taken the easiest of catches there. He decided to try and straddle it instead. It careered off him, and there's no problem at all over the place. Well, disappointing though. You'd have thought, I'm sure somebody would have appealed for handled ball. There'd be no sense of humour about it these days. He's gone big again, this time just short of the fielder. He palms it across to his pal. He leaves it. And between the two of them, they do a good job. Well, click it off. Do you think Sandyford are going to reach this total? They will, help by shots like that. Nicely clipped out to mid-wicket, down on the railway line side of the ground where Jack O'Riordan is patrolling. And patrolling to very good effect so far. And they go on a full length from Cresswell. Batsman not quite willing to come down the track to him and turn it into a full toss. If he's not moving his feet, that gives Cresswell every chance. So 6 overs gone now, 41 on the board. And Michael Clark with the mind games. Pressure's telling. Well, is it?
That doesn't really give away how glum it is.
No, it doesn't. It's always looks brighter on TV. Change of bowling now at the St John's end. It looks like the covers will be going back on the gazebo, if not on the pitch. There's a fine mist coming down now. We have covered the sound desk. As that one's pulled out on the leg side, it gets past the fielder, and it's going to crash into the boundary fence that guards Cyril's way. 4 more onto the total. 45 now. And this is the 7th over. Finley with his action that is
End of the over. I'll make everyone see sick.
bowling and batting. Reminds me of a recent player on the fifths, Marcus Beale. Not a single appeal. Everyone knows the law on that one. No hand near that. 45 for 1. It was a shame because if the stumps hadn't done that fielding, it was going to run away to the boundary. If nothing else, surely the ball is becoming very greasy. This one going through to Ryan. Don't McDougall's bringing in.
It's 5 for the minute.
Way on the offside. Andy Hill doing the fielding. He's patrolling in there tonight. It reminds me of a sort of lion in the long grass, ready to pounce. This one in the air goes past Smith's left hand by about 2 or 3 yards, and that's enough to take it away to the boundary. And another boundary. 49 for 1. That came off the bat very quickly. Well,
Specs building up even on this camera.
do you want me to put up the curtain?
It's about to happen. First things first, oh, you little. There we go.
Well, if you've only recently joined us, I can tell you that Sandyford require 136 from their 20 overs, and so far they're progressing along quite nicely. They're 49 for 1 in this, the 7th after 7 overs. Is it? 6 overs? 7 overs, I say.
Sorry.
The rain that is falling, causing a few technical difficulties. And this one hit out Jacko Reardon again, and he slides beautifully, makes advantage, I suppose, of the wetness of the turf, and brings off a beautiful sliding stop down on the railway line. Full round of applause from his teammates. A great appreciation, I suspect, from the bowler. Batsman still got through for 2, but you could see the commitment there, and the slide, well, it just came off perfectly. The recent mist proving to be a big help. Andy Hill again in.
Scoreboard camera. Forgot about
In the air on the offside. Fielder getting appreciation of his teammates. Certainly doing a fine job. Both boundary riders are for Pembroke. It's been when the batsmen have gone straighter. And that is a beautiful shot, if not shot of the day. Oh. Yeah. I'm doing that now. Tempting the big blow, not to be on this occasion. That over's done. Cresswell's 4. Ranjay has 1. Finley, first change bowler, coming back for his second over now. Michael Clark very close to obscuring your view. That one comes back down the ground, and once it gets past Clark, there's nothing to stop it running away to the boundary. It's the straight hitting that's costing Pembroke here. The boundary riders left and right doing fine jobs, but they really need to have somebody back on the fence here now. Yeah, that's all okay.
I'm literally just trying to get us as far out as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Having to put up.
Another one down the ground. It's in the air. Smith with the sliding attempt. Super try to get to that one. Just a little bit unsuccessful, but that's all you need. Wind now howling into the comms box. Well, this is really raining now. Look, the wind pushing the rain onto us, and the batsman realised that. Oh, Smith with a great effort. It just gets past him. He's banged his head, I think, there. And that runs away, and that's 4 more runs.
Oh, he had the head bang, of course.
Yes, only recently sustained a forehead injury in an unfortunate fielding incident. Finley again, and this one again to Smith. That's the end of the over. And that's a good over for Sandyford. And it's now freezing cold. Right, one more over till we're halfway mark. Sandyford pacing this innings. Oh! Pacing this innings extremely well as the chair throws itself. This is the one without one. Although I think it's also the one in least danger.
Sorry?
Although I also think it's the one in least danger.
Yeah, but making it easier for the others to move. So, yeah.
The other option, of course, is bring the roof down. Nice bit of bowling. Not afraid to give it some air. That's good to see from the youngster.
Or just keep doing what I was doing there.
Michael Clark with the encouraging politician's quote. On this occasion, not quite finding the dance floor, and it's been powered away, and he picks up his half century. He scored 51 and Sandyford has scored 70.
Oh, I didn't realise he was on a 50. Yeah.
More concerned with meteorological matters than cricket at the moment.
I may finally be far enough away that we won't get hit by it.
Oh, and signal to wide. Don't hit them now. Hit them was on the first attempt. Wasn't to be. Sometimes I wonder if Michael Clark is really that positive, or whether he just does all the clapping to keep his hands warm. I know if it was me at the moment, I would be clapping like it was last night at the proms. Good evening, Simon. How are you this evening? Give us a wave. Played away on the leg side. Andy Hill. Well, he showed them earlier on he was a man to be feared. Made sure he stopped that one. Simon Heaney will be coming up in a window or two if Niall was to continue going in that direction. Well, here we are now, 7:10. I thought that T20 was going to be fast and furious. It's been not furious, but bad-tempered. No, not the attitude of the players. This has been a game played in fine spirit. Finley then to bowl his third over. Still Pembroke don't drop somebody back straight, and Sean Smith unfortunately couldn't hang on to that one. It was over to his left. He made the dive for it. It just got through his hands and fell to turf. Made up some good ground to get that. Put in the dive. Now, Finley straying onto the pads, and as a result he's carted off to square leg. Just behind square leg for 4 runs, and that's how the game goes, isn't it?
Buried under the gazebo we are from that shot.
Yeah, well, this time he goes short, the batsman goes long, and that crashes away to the boundary. Four signalled. It wasn't far away though. Well, he's got into his stride now, 60 out of 80. He started the first over in this vein, and he's continuing on, and he's batting very well. There haven't been too many false shots or too many chances. This time he flashes at one outside off the back foot. At best it would have brought him a single, but it also carried a fair amount of risk. This one thudding into the pads, no appeal, quite obviously missing leg stump. I can't believe this is July. Oh, this time it's far too short, and he does clear the rope on this occasion. It goes all the way for 6 runs and takes him on to 66. Sandyford on to 86. And at this stage, they only need 50 more runs, and they have 9 overs to do it in. This one pops up in the air but evades the fielder in the ring. Captain James Cresswell does the fielding. Sandyford get through for 2.
You were talking earlier about Clarkey and his good side for the camera and things.
Yes.
People looking straight past me at the scoreboard the whole time. I'm constantly tempted to do.
Yes, he's picked one up. He did it on length. It was a big swipe. There was very little footwork. And the ball has sneaked through and pegged off stump at the base. Well, the wicket has fallen. And Pembroke feel that maybe they're back into this game now. 88 for 2 in the 11th over. 12th over now, of course. 11 gone. 11.1 gone. Just waiting on my little friend. There he is, just on top of the scoreboard. Camera shy now, isn't he? Heads off the other way. I think Michael Clark in the vicinity is making him head off like a housewife from a politician at a shopping centre during a general election. Waddling away. Little birdie. Well, left-hander in front of him now. Big swipe to the first ball. That's got to be encouraging for the leggy. Oh, I like what this lad is doing. He really is causing problems to these batsmen. Now that one gets away for 4. He's got something about him though. He's willing to toss it up there. A little more luck. That would have been a wicket anyway. Good to see. Oh, a bit of a fan club at the side for him. Bit more circumspect from the batsman on this occasion. Oh, the batsman goes down the track, is beaten on length, and it's going to run away for 4 byes. Byes and 4 of them. Well, that was a shame. I'm glad they don't count against the bowler because he did everything right. It just managed to sneak past everybody. Batsman hadn't a clue. With the bat swinging in front of you, I feel very great sympathy for Kevin Ryan behind the stumps. Another one. Goes across the batsman. He's bowling so well.
Right, we've 2 replays for you. See if you can figure out what the first one is.
This is, oh yes, easy catch. Put it down. Be disappointed with that one. There's the wicket he picked up. Super length. Batsman played over, around and through it. And it went through to the stumps. Back to the umpire. That's good to see. I think the moisture count is going up again here at Sydney Parade. This one hit down the ground. The scoreboard camera,
Has gone nuts.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's now. Oh, it's still pointing at the scoreboard. It's
Black bag.
It's the black bag. I'd leave it there. Keeps it dry. Oh, it's agonisingly close. Oh, yep, you've done it. You've done it. It's just, and it's auto focused as well. Excellent. 98 on the board.
Stays there.
Oh, this one goes down the leg side. Umpire lets it be. Frozen picture. Da, 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 da.
Because I did the. Oh, hit a button. I think.
Just the single taken. Very full. Hit straight back at the bowler. Gets through him. But Michael Clark. Does the fielding and reminds everybody that it will be the left-hander facing the next delivery. Afternoon. How are you? You can step over. James Cresswell, ever the gentleman, helping the batsman to his feet. And Michael Clark, of course, brushing his hair to make sure he looks good on TV like a politician would. Simon Heaney no longer at his window. Oh, powerfully punched away on the offside. Sean Smith, who goes round to pick it up. Super piece of fielding that by Sean Smith. From our current position, of course, we would be looking through a couple of, what would you call those, sides of nets. There we go. A jungle of wires in here tonight. We tried to put them all up in the roof, keep them off the ground, which I think has been quite successful, actually.
Just that cluster dangling in the middle has its problem.
Only because you're forced back in here tonight. But if we had that dangling down in the middle, perhaps. Oh, that's a super shot. He got hold of that and has powered it to the leg side at mid-wicket. And that was exquisite. And it went straight into the flower pot. Well, good bit of fertiliser, along with some soil, perhaps even a petal or two. Lovely clean hit. He's obviously decided to take the youngster on now, and this will be interesting. He goes again, this time into the clubhouse. And, well, Sandyford players have to go into the hall, I think, to get that one out. bouncing around. That's 2 sixes in a row. And as I say, he's decided that attack is the best form of defence. And that target of 136 suddenly looking very close indeed. Good length again. Big appeal. Oh, it's another one. He's bowled a beautiful length there, bringing the batsman forward. He's not getting to those ones. It's the ones that just, well, he's catching on the half volley. The ones that costing him leaking runs. But this is certainly a fascinating battle of bat and ball. Ryan takes the delivery, whips off the bails. Batsman safely back on this occasion, but again, the bowler is causing the batsman some difficulties. Looks for another big hit, and on this occasion he's being given out. He's holding up his bat, he's looking back at his stumps. He's on his way anyway. He's talking to his partner about it. His partner saying, no, actually, I think you were pretty much out there. So, another wicket falls. 1-1-5 for 3. Just 20 runs required now. And I'm delighted for the youngster. He deserved that wicket. He's caused so many problems to the batsman in such a small space of time. Now, they have taken him to the rope a couple of times. But really, you don't mind that too much. You don't want it obviously happening too much either, but the young lad, he wants people attacking his bowling. Jack O'Riordan now to come on to bowl from the St John's end. There's only 21 runs required. That may be a little unfair, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And if Jack can impress in this spell, then maybe next time he'd be called upon sooner. Just 20 runs now behind. Oh. Is it? Yes, people are backing up.
Feel it all the way back here for ages.
You get the feeling at this stage that it will be the Sandyford opener, the one not wearing the red cap, who will end up being player of the match here. This one's on the full. It's hit back down the ground, suggesting he was onto the shot a little early. Oh, it's mating time again. Where have you been till now? I was watching the cricket. Oh, were you? And that's the turns off to our right. Making all that wonderful natural noise in the background. Nice shot. Stroked into the outfield. They'll just take the single. Lovely shot. So as we come close to the conclusion of this game, I'd just like to thank Niall for turning up today. Would have been well within his rights to have turned off the alarm, left the curtains closed. Instead, he's come down and suffered the slings and arrows of an Irish summer. Just the one T20 today. I have to say it's now 7:30. Oh, there's a run out, is there? No, there's not. They're back in time. But there's no need for that at this stage, surely, from Sandyford. 6 overs now. Nice pace from O'Riordan. I don't know who's playing in Dublin tonight, but I appear to be sitting at the back of the auditorium. Oh, nice length. Again, the batsman not using a huge amount of footwork. When it comes off, it looks so good. But often, especially when you just come to the crease, timing might be off. Well, that was a bit short. The batsman saw it, took it on length, swung across at it, missed it, and it went straight into the pads, and that's another wicket down. And suddenly 4 down. Does Pembroke feel that this game isn't over yet? Well, the two umpires conferring, having a look at their watches, taking their notes. They've had a fine day today. They've umpired this game exceptionally well, from positioning to decisions and everything in between. It's been a pleasure having them down in Sydney Parade today, and for that we have to thank the LCU SNA.
We've multi-read.
That was a big 6 where 6 cricketers decided they couldn't catch a cricket ball. Captain giving out, I think. And then this one just thudding into the pads. And the umpire nodding his head, giving the bowler what he wanted. And then the batsman, well, he wanted to take it for review. He wanted to take Snicko into account. And then that's Jack O'Riordan picking up an LBW as the batsman pirouetted. And it certainly was. Now a brave move by Captain James Cresswell, sticking with the young spinner. Oh, a bit of confusion. Oh, it's gone through the fielder. That is unfortunate. 4 runs that Pembroke can ill afford at this stage. Great to see Oliver Ferris, son of the great Brendan, who's now blushing. Head out in the air. This time the fielder on the boundary stops it.
You batsman now.
Oh, bit too much height on that one. Pulled out to the leg side. Andy Hill picks it up, goes for the direct hit throw, and wasn't very far away. That was super fielding from Hill. Really has stepped it up a gear in the field. He's looking very smooth today. 10-11 required. This one escaping. Getting through for the bye. Nice length from the bowler. Batsman had to dig it out, but they get through for the single anyway. Another one off the runs required. Thanks very much, Oliver. You're very good. Oh, you see again, nice delivery. And that is 4 overs, and that's a fine 4 overs. And the figures don't show, just the difficulties he was causing batsmen there today. Certainly, if Pembroke are to fall out of the Junior Cup as a result of this game, well, they're looked at the young lad as one for the future. And look forward to seeing him on the fifths again very soon. Good game, good spell. Well done. Jack O'Riordan now to continue from the St John's end. There's 9 required now. All the Sandyford fans will be delighted. Jack O'Riordan rolling his hand over the ball there. One might almost say the fastest leg spinner you've seen in a while with that delivery. This one goes a bit wider. Dark, dark clouds off to the left, off to the west and the northwest. Not really what we're looking for today, but hopefully now we will get this game in. I suspect, having seen what they played through in the first innings, it's going to take a lightning strike before they stop. This one's in the air. James Cresswell underneath it, and he takes the catch confidently and cleanly. Nice catch, James. Well done. And Jack O'Riordan picks up a second wicket. He's had 1 LBW and now 1 caught. And that's 5 wickets down. And there'll be a bit of, I don't know, hesitation on the Sandyford side, but surely at this stage they will find the other 8 runs they need for victory. Pembroke to more of a group than a huddle. Mind you, in this weather, you'd excuse anybody getting into a huddle. Sort of like being in the scrum during the winter. That's why scrum half was so good. So Jack has 2 of the 5 wickets to fall. Captain Cresswell barking out instructions to the bowler of the next over. Through for the single point. Michael Clark with the same enthusiasm we saw at the first ball. And here we are right at the conclusion of the game. And he's kept it going throughout the whole 16th. Now the 17th over. Cracked away on the offside, but fine fielding down on the fence. Appreciative of all of his teammates and their work. Oh, another wide. 130 now. Just 1 blow away, really. Winner of this, of course, will progress to the next round of the Junior Cup. Famous cup in Leinster cricket.
You checked the groups, did you?
No. Keep forgetting it's not a knockout. Dinosaur Craig strikes again. At least I don't say it was better in my day. Mainly because it wasn't. Four runs required by Sandyford now. Well, James, you couldn't have positioned yourself any better. Super. Super catch that. Framed beautifully by the wires of the tent. Well, another young Pembroke bowler take up the task of restricting Sandyford. Unlikely to 4 overs, 4 runs. You'd think that they're going to get there. 3 overs, 4 runs. Oh, in that case, it's in the balance. Goes past the edge, through to keeper Ryan.
Sorry, 5 wickets.
5 wickets in hand.
No super overs.
And no super overs again. It's a nice action. There's a little bit of a stutter, I'd say, in his run-up. He's actually sort of holding back his pace. It's a good steady run-up for a while. Simon's back at the window again. I think Karen's locked the door. Another good delivery. They called for the single. And well backed up by Sean Smith. Skipping off the pitch. Well, 2 for victory now.
What is the weird noise?
Oh,
Pointed at the headphones.
no, I don't get a weird noise. I can hear background noise. And an owl. Oh, good delivery. Oh, Pembroke once again unearthing a couple of gems here we've seen on the show today. Definitely a couple for the future. I'd say keep an eye on, but without live scoring, I don't know, names. I apologise to the gentleman concerned, but I'm sure the people who matter in the selection committee, such as James Cresswell, will be aware of the performance put on today. Loud appeal. James Cresswell giving the reason for the not out. Played away off the back foot, but well stopped in the ring. There are no fielders on the fence anymore. There is no point. They only need 2. If they can pierce the ring, they win the game, and that's what it is. 2 overs to go, 2 runs required.
I can't even show them the sky.
They don't want to see the sky. It's just black again. Although it could be that a little circle of weather that we get in Sydney Parade may allow us to get this game at least completed, although I suspect the umpires would stay out no matter. All the weather really starting to pick up again now. The wind howling through the gazebo. One weight on each corner may not be enough at this stage. We'll try and see this through. That one gets past the fielder. They'll run 1. That brings the scores level. Well, there's no doubt who man of the match is here. The Sandyford opener, he has scored 81 undefeated runs.
I'm looking at the screen going, is the camera wobbling? And I'm realising, no, it's the screen that's wobbling.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, it ends on a wide. It's a shame it ends on an extra, but that's enough. And Sandyford win this group game in the Junior Cup. And we'll take a very big step towards what I suspect will be straight through to semi-finals. A couple of bright spots for Pembroke there. See you, Naveen? For Pembroke there. A couple of bowlers at the end with some real promise. And even with the batting now, a few of the lads doing a super job. Sandyford will walk away delighted with their win by 5 wickets. Doesn't really tell the tale. The fact is there are another 10 balls to go, and as we all know, that's probably worth about 20 runs in a good chase. The important thing is the cricket got played here today at Sydney Parade. It started early. We missed the start of it. We joined it a little late. We had fun with the weather, and we had fun full stop, didn't we, Niall? Wasn't this fun? Thank you very much for tuning in, and especially to those of you who contributed on the live chat today. Always great to hear from you. Always great to have somebody to chat with when you're trying to do this game by yourself. So we thank you very much. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock is the twos, and they're playing somebody. And then after that will be the fifths again at 5 o'clock, or 22-5, or whenever they decide to start. I hope to be here for the first game. The second game I'm actually playing, and so unless Niall is going to mic me up on the field, he'll have either no commentator or one of you will come down and do the job for us. Thank you very much to Niall. Thank you very much to Pembroke for the support they give the streaming service. And thank you very much to both teams for providing us with some entertainment on a Saturday afternoon when it looked very much like there was going to be none. Good win for Sandyford. Pembroke will go away and select an entirely different 11, I suspect, for the next game. The skipper, Nair, Prasanth Nair, will be, again, I think, watching on tomorrow. And many thanks to Brendan Ferris for his work today, and I hope he enjoyed our work here. Some highlights for you from this game. Andy Hill's departure. That one just didn't get enough on it. Really was trying to push the score along at that stage. We felt that Pembroke's score may have been a little under par. Who took the catch was quite amazed by that one. They did a super job. And that goes for the entire game.
Only a minute and 15 seconds.
Nice catch from Ryan. You hear in front of you the arrival of the victorious Sandyford team.
It's on replays.
It's still going on?
It's on replays.
Oh, okay. Wait, you can take seats if you like. But this side
These are the highlights of the game today. And as you watch the highlights,
30 seconds. Maybe 15.
Sandyford coming down to have their picture taken in front of the scoreboard.
Oh crap, I can't do what I want to do then. That's it, isn't it?
Those are the highlights of today's game, the Junior Cup clash, won by Sandyford by 5 wickets. Thank you very much, Jay Parkin, for your message. And just remember that we will be on air tomorrow at about 1 o'clock for the second 11 and a T20, followed by the 5th 11 for a T20. And if anyone fancies doing a little bit of commentary for a T20, thank you. Then be sure to contact us here in the morning. come on down, even if you only did a couple of overs, just to see what it's like, even if you just sat here and watched it on the monitor and said nothing. It's here to be enjoyed. If anybody else fancies a go, always welcome, whether with somebody or not. So, as the victorious Sandyford team walk back to the dressing room, we say thank you very much for your time today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.